Hey, what's going on, Ram fans? Got my pregame pulse, Rams, Patriots. Now, this is a 10 o'clock game. Haven't had a lot of those this year. So, getting this out the night prior. And there's a few things I want to talk about. The first thing I want to talk about is the Rams' offensive line. Which direction are they going to go? And I'm thinking that they're going to put Bo Limmer back in. Now, Sean McVay talked about that. I think that was Friday after practice, and he was non-committal. What I read is that he's actually made a decision, but he's performing a little bit of gamesmanship here, not revealing to the Patriots who that's going to be. My guess is it's Bo Limmer. And just a guess, and I don't know what advantage that provides to the Rams not telling the Patriots who's going to play center. But hey, it could be Jonah Jackson. Maybe Steve Avila doesn't go. I think it's going to be, well, I'll show you what I think it's going to look like. It's going to look like this. It's going to look like Alaric Jackson, Steve Avila, Bo Limmer, Kevin Dotson, and Warren McClendon. So we're into week 11, and the Rams still have not started their expected offensive line. The first two games, Alaric Jackson missed both of those due to the suspension. Avila and Jonah Jackson both went down for a while. Rob Havenstein's been out the last couple of weeks. We had Joseph Noteboom there for one game. Warren McClendon for like half a game. Noteboom and Havenstein. Well, Havenstein's definitely out. Noteboom doubtful. So it looks like it's going to be Warren McClendon. I guess the only guy that's been there all year is Kevin Dotson, right? But man, we really have some respectable depth there, and that's a good thing. And one of the reasons I would like to see this offensive line with Bo Limmer and Steve Avila, Kevin Dotson in the middle is the Patriots have some significant injuries they're dealing with up front. A bunch of questionable defensive linemen, guys that contribute along there, including Jacqueline Roy. I'm going to mispronounce some of these names, and that's just the way it goes. Sorry. And who else? They got Wise, Dietrich Wise is questionable, as is another defensive lineman, Christian Barrymore. So he's a defensive tackle. And that makes me reconsider what I really think the Rams' approach should be here. At least tweak it a little bit. They really need to establish the run and then go to play action. I think they can, if a couple of these Patriots are out, that's going to be the recipe for a win here, is establish the run, hammer it down the field. Stafford's going to have his opportunities if the Rams are able to do that. And hopefully that's what to do. We've talked about this for weeks. Ian, Paul, and I establish the run, stick with the run, and Kyron, don't fumble. No more fumbles, please. Get Blake Corum involved, and this Rams team's going to be okay. So another thing I wanted to spend some time here talking about is the Rams' path to the playoffs, and I'm starting to think this is a must-win game. It really is, and I hate to go there. I'm usually one of the last one of the last Ram fans to call anything a must-win game. But let's look how this season could play out. Let's assume the Rams win this game. Let's make that assumption. And we go into week 11. It's going to probably look something like this. The Cardinals, they're on a bye. They're 6-4. 49ers take care of the Seahawks. Rams take care of the Patriots. Now, I'm not taking that for granted. Best case scenario for this week anyways, Rams need to win this game. And I'm going to show you why, even if the Rams win this game, they are in a bad spot. I think they could still rally for a playoff spot, but let's look at what they're up against, assuming the Rams win that game and assuming that the 49ers take care of the Seahawks. So the Cardinals would be 6-4, and they have two games with the Seahawks, sandwiched in between those at Minnesota. The 49ers, 6-4. They have a couple tough games there, the Packers, Bills, and Bears. And the Rams, not an easy stretch. I mean, the Saints have won a couple straight now, and they're the Eagles and the Bills. and the Seahawks 4-6. They have 2 games with the Cards and the Cardinals and the Jets. So the Seahawks are going to have to split with the Cards, you think, to salvage any of their playoff hopes, which are actually much slimmer than the Rams at this point. So let's move forward. We're going to assume the Cardinals win 2 of those 3. And we would hope that they lose to the Vikings and 1 to the Seahawks. That would be ideal. The 49ers, we can assume they'll win 2 out of 3. And again, we'd like them to lose 2 out of 3. They could lose all 3 of those, actually, but they'll probably take care of the Bears. And so let's see what it might look like moving forward. Heading into Week 15, the 49ers get to 8-5, the Cardinals at 7-6, the Rams and Seahawks both at 6-7, heading into Week 15. So you think the Rams are in a good spot? Well, I shouldn't say a good spot. There is hope. The problem is, 49ers and Cardinals going to be playing each other. But one of them is going to win that game, right? So let's move forward here to those weeks 15, 16, and 17. We have the 49ers get the Rams, Dolphins, and Lions. That's a tough stretch. I misspoke earlier, this is where they could lose all 3, and we would hope they would lose all 3. Probably not going to happen, but we can only hope. And the Cards, the way they're playing, they're probably going to win 2 out of 3 against the Patriots, Panthers, and Rams. And then the Rams get the 49ers, Jets, and Cardinals. They got to win their divisional games. They really need to. And the Seahawks at 6-7, that may be the end of the road for them, taking on the Packers and Vikings. Both will be fighting for a playoff spot. And then the Bears, who knows where the Bears will be at that point. And then heading into Week 18, this is what it might look like. I wouldn't call this the best scenario, worst scenario. I'd call it a realistic scenario. 49ers at 9-7, Cardinals at 9-7, the Rams at 8-8, and the Seahawks at 7-9. The problem is 49ers and Cardinals close against each other, so one of them's going to get to 10 wins, and the Rams at 8-8. Unless something really good happens in their favor in those weeks that we just covered, are not going to win the division, and that puts them in a wild card battle with some teams that have beat them, including it's really, the Lions are probably going to win that division. The Rams beat the Vikings, and there's the Packers could be a problem. Eagles are probably going to win that division. So the Rams don't want to be in a wild card battle with the Packers. 9-8, I don't know, man. So the Rams need to get to 10 wins, and they still could do it. They need to take care of their divisional opponents and put them in a position to win a tiebreaker with those divisional opponents and win the division. That would be the best path for them, really, at this point, I think. I haven't done all the calculations with various other teams that they're going to be battling for wild card spots with. Haven't done that. I'll let the folks with the mainframes figure that out for us. But what I'm saying here is the Rams need to beat the Patriots, and then they need to steal a win against one of these, maybe the Eagles or the Bills, one of those teams. And if not that, they need to sweep the division. And, this Rams team can sweep the division. I think we've proven if we play a decent football, we can take care of the Seahawks. If we play good football from start to finish, we can beat the 49ers, the Cardinals. We'll get them at home in a really big game. Maybe we take care of them too. That may be what it takes to get to the playoffs. I really think, as other people have said, we're going to rue those losses to the Bears and to the Dolphins, especially the Bears. I mean, that's a game. Geez, look at the Bears now. It's hard to believe that we lost to them, but we did. So that's my pregame pulse, more of a look at what the season, what the Rams' hopes for the playoffs look like right now, and why they need to win this game, how they need to win it. Kyren Williams, Blake Corum, smash mouth football, setting up play action passes, take your shots. They'll be there if you establish the run. This Patriots team is banged up front. Let's take care of business. Let's have just a really solid, relaxing win. like I predict it, win by 27-13, get 2 touchdowns up, and have a nice, relaxing third and fourth quarter. How about that? Out here from Rams Up.